And what is up, gang? Thank you so much for checking out Sledgehammer TV tonight. It is Tuesday, March the 6th, 2018, and SmackDown Live strikes again, and we are here to bring the hammer down, as we can only do right here and right now, on the newest, fastest rising podcast in all of YouTube, baby! The Sledgehammer Wrestling Show! Let's do it!
Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
All right, wrestling fans, thank you so much for joining me once again on the channel tonight. My name is Nick Nightmare. Along with me, as always, is my trusty companion, my loyal tag team partner, and most importantly, the World Heavyweight Champion of microphones, Blue the Snowball. And like I just told you guys, SmackDown Live has struck again. I do not understand the frame of mind of this company. I really just do not. This is the go-home show for Fastlane, and you essentially gave us, in the last 45 minutes, the main event of Fastlane, just minus Shinsuke Nakamura. What sense did anything that happened on this show make? Absolutely zero. From the very beginning all the way to the very end. And it absolutely fizzes my brain out. Because on the one hand, I'm always grateful when I see Sami Zayn get the win, especially in a high-profile match, even though it was meaningless and it was thrown together and it reeks of uncreative laziness by the creative staff at SmackDown Live. The only thing that they're sucking down is probably drinks and vodka. Or the only thing I want to suck down is a gallon of bleach. How can you give away 5/6 of your main event just a mere 5 days before your pay-per-view? How is that okay? Why did that even happen? I would have actually, for once, been okay with a Teddy Long special, and you give us a tag team match at the end of the show to close out SmackDown Live. At least it would make more sense than giving us the main event that we are going to get. I mean, I know leaving out Shinsuke Nakamura is a very big piece of the puzzle that is missing, but you are giving us the main event of your pay-per-view for free. Never mind the fact that it ended up being not so bad. It was very entertaining. The match was not a bad match. The sense behind it and the meaning behind it, which was nothing, is what pisses me off. A match like this was unnecessary on a night like tonight. What good does it do to give Sami Zayn any momentum leading up towards this six-pack challenge coming down the line at us? I'm sorry, I said Shinsuke Nakamura. I meant to say John Cena. John Cena is a very big missing piece to this puzzle. Shinsuke Nakamura was on SmackDown Live tonight. While we got him on the top of our tongue, he's in the back. He's singing Nakamura Day to Rusev. Is everybody just going to mock Rusev Day? What good is it to have Rusev, the biggest, most over guy on your whole entire show, be showcased in a match with the guy that's going to WrestleMania to fight the World Heavyweight Champion, whoever it may be, after Fastlane? What good is that doing Rusev? You're telling us that he's going to be on SmackDown Live, or at Fastlane rather, to lose to Shinsuke Nakamura. Does anybody want to see that? You are running the risk of having your number one contender to the WWE Heavyweight Championship to be booed out of the building. Because honestly, I think Rusev Day is more over than Nakamura to most of the viewing audience, to most of the people in attendance, and to most of the people around the world. And whose fault is that? The WWE has nobody but themselves to blame. Hammer is coming down hard. Because they do not see the value in what they have in an athlete and a champion the caliber of an AJ Styles, who, when was the last time you seen AJ Styles actually win a fucking match? Granted, him losing tonight almost guarantees that he's probably coming out with the championship on Sunday, and that's alright by me. Because I do not want AJ Styles to lose that heavyweight championship on this road to WrestleMania, effectively ruining everything we have in place for the only match on the WrestleMania card that anybody is actually looking forward to. This company is a goddamn mess. And SmackDown Live, Suckdown Live, proved that tonight from the horrendous show that we got tonight. This show kicked off with the Queen Bot herself, Charlotte Flair. She has admittedly gotten a lot better on the microphone, but it is not worth having these segments where you already have the one robot in the ring, Dasha Robot Fuentes, whatever her name is, and then you got Charlotte, and they're both talking to each other and telling me, Charlotte, what are your plans for the Riot Squad? Well, Charlotte has these plans, and I am going to do this and that. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And then Ruby Riott comes out with her flock of seagulls, and who gives a shit? Who cares? If you take Ruby Riott out of the Riot Squad, you erase that whole pack mentality thing with this women's division, and some of this stuff wouldn't be that bad. If Ruby Riott was on her own, and she's coming out there throwing shade at Charlotte and making her feel like shit and throwing her family name in her face, then I might actually be interested. But what idiot on the planet didn't know that the other two mooks were going to get in the ring and threaten Charlotte in some way? Right? You got girl Braun Strowman on the right, you got wannabe Alexa on the left, and they're both going to flank the pigeon as soon as she calls them, which she did with her little bird neck. Come on in, pigeons. Let's get the queen, right? And then what happens? Here's where SmackDown Live already, within 10 minutes, besides the fact that we had a bullshit interview segment, just completely shits the bed. Because you have Charlotte in this very bad predicament. She's got all these birds around her, and she's about to get pecked to death. And then you got glorious Bobby Roode coming out. Bobby Roode's going to make the save. At least we assume Bobby Roode's going to make the save. But how is he going to make the save? He can't physically touch any of the women. The women, in turn, are not really allowed to beat up Bobby Roode, which they could do because, that's okay. And the other way around is not okay. We don't want to see Bobby Roode throwing around Ruby Riott and friends, no matter how much we think they look like pigeons, and we don't want to see them on TV. We don't want to see that either. So the whole way down, I'm questioning what the fuck is Bobby Roode going to do in this situation? I don't understand. Is he going to come out and promo them to death? Because he's not even that good on the stick yet. This good guy, Bobby Roode, is handcuffing all of his microphone abilities. So what is he going to do? Talk them away from her? I don't understand what's about to happen. And the whole time, you got Charlotte in the ring, all starry-eyed, hugging herself, feeling herself up like she's all excited that Bobby Roode's coming down like they're like a thing, like they're an item, like they share a robe or something. Come on! What is happening? And then we come back from commercial, and the whole woman's thing is just gone, and Bobby Roode is doing my favorite thing for superstars to do, and he's going to sit in on commentary for the next matchup. A matchup that is years in the making. What an epic matchup! The most breathtakingly fantastic match that the WWE creative could have come up with. Something you guys never have seen before. Let's do Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal. Are you brain dead? What part of anybody on that WWE creative team makes them think that we want to see this shit again? Did they forget the Punjabi prison nightmare that we had to put up with? Did we forget about all of the garbage that we had to be put through and subjected to with that Randy Orton-Jinder Mahal feud while Jinder Mahal was holding the title hostage as the biggest, most paper champion you've ever seen in your life? Is this what we want to see? No. We don't even want to see him in this triple threat match that we are going to have for the United States Championship coming up on Sunday. Nobody wants Randy Orton or Jinder Mahal in the ring at all anymore. Honestly, Randy Orton's time has been done. He is at John Cena levels with me. You've been around for 10 plus years. You've had your time at the top. Oh, I've never held the United States Championship. Randy Orton is so above the United States Championship, it is sickening that he'd even want to hold it around his waist. It's almost like tainting his legacy at this point. You got the one title you couldn't get way at the tail end of your career, and it's a mid-card title. What is his interest in this title? Not that I want to see him challenging for the heavyweight championship, but there is a place for Randy Orton, and it is called putting over the young talent, not taking the spotlight. Randy Orton in this scenario might be doing just that, but I'm just so sick of seeing his face right now. Maybe, just like Bobby Roode, you turn Orton back into the Viper, and I won't want to lose my lunch every time I see him coming out with his new little coiffed haircut. Makes me want to puke. He looks like a 12-year-old boy for some reason with this hairdo. He doesn't have an evil bone in his body anymore. He's just an RKOing machine. He only cares about the United States Championship. He doesn't even give a shit about Bobby Roode or the people he's facing. He views Bobby Roode on the same level as a Jinder Mahal, which means he's absolutely losing his mind in his old age. All in all, bottom line is I would have much rather have seen Bobby versus somebody else, literally anybody else in this scenario. If you turn Bobby Roode, you're going to save this man's career. Same could be said for Randy Orton, but that all remains to be seen. This whole thing was ridiculous. This whole thing was ridiculous, and we got a match between Randy and Jinder that just went on and on and on, and you had Bobby Roode on the outside. So what did you think was going to happen to finish this match? Obviously, the same well that the WWE goes to time and time again. It's the only reason that they have athletes on commentary in the first place, so that they could play a part in the finish, and nothing would come at the end of this match except for a win for Jinder Mahal, which means he's not going to win on Sunday, thank God. Most likely, if they turn around and swerve me on this and give this belt to Jinder in the midst of this triple threat match, it's going to make me totally turn against everything that they are doing as a whole. Like, I'm sitting here giving them chances, and I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. You know, I know this Fastlane pay-per-view is throwing everything off. I wish they would erase it from the calendar because it's obviously fucking up the road to WrestleMania. SmackDown doesn't seem to give a shit about Fastlane, just proving tonight by giving you the main event of the show. They have been adding matches to the show only 5 days out. This card wasn't even fleshed out ahead of time. We got tag team matchups in the women's division happening. We got girls bitching and moaning. We got Natty and Naomi in the back bickering about who's going to be challenging for the title of WrestleMania. We still don't even know where Asuka's challenge is going to lie. So if Asuka decides she's coming to face Charlotte, these girls are bickering for nothing because yous are all taking a back seat to the Empress of Tomorrow. But we still have no friggin' clue what's going on with that. Raw wants to build up Asuka versus Alexa Bliss. Doesn't look like that's really going to be what's happening. I certainly hope not, when we have the prospect of the biggest women's match they could possibly have right on our doorstep. Why they wouldn't pull the trigger on that, I will never know. I will never know. Everything about tonight was just wrong. Every single thing. Let's scroll down here on my list because I got some other shit going on. Because there was not much to really look forward to or go back and highlight on this show. There were no highlights. There were none. We didn't even get to see the Usos on tonight's show. The greatest and only reason I really tune in with any anticipation of excitement at all. The Usos were not there. 5 days out from arguably what could be the biggest tag team match in both of these teams' careers, respectively. The New Day could walk out the 5-time champions. The Usos could solidify this run, retaining this championship. Both teams have a lot to lose in this matchup, and we have nothing but a promo package, which was full of fantastic moments because that's what the Usos do. And give the New Day credit where it's due. I'm sick and tired of the pancakes and all the jokes, but when they cut all that shit out, like they did in the promo package tonight, and you saw the New Day and Big E, especially pulling that promo he did last week, it's fantastic. It gets you all jazzed up, and I was anticipating seeing the Usos again. But we didn't see that. We didn't see any tag team matchups tonight, because there's no tag team division. We saw multiple women's segments tonight. We had a match that had absolutely no reason to take place. Carmella versus Becky Lynch. This whole thing is happening because these two guys are tweeting each other on Twitter. These gals are getting at each other's nerves on the social media, on the twit machine, and now we're going to have a match because of it. Did you give a shit about this match? Does it make sense? Does it have any meaning? No. Carmella has been a non-entity. The Money in the Bank contract winner has done nothing since she's held that belt. She hasn't even solidified herself as a decent professional wrestler because the WWE's got nothing for her. The WWE creative is as bad with that as they are week to week with SmackDown Live. They have no plans in place for that Money in the Bank. That is obvious. Then you got Corey Graves talking shit. Oh, maybe Carmella's watching Seth Rollins from WrestleMania and maybe she's going to do what he did. Why would you even have him say such a thing? Even if that is your plan, why would you have him implant that in your head and not just leave that as a true surprise that it would have been? Because nobody's expecting that. And if she does, she's only going to lose anyway. So that's the only history she'll be making, is losing the first ever Money in the Bank. And I think that would be a terrible way to feature the first winner, no matter who the holder may have been. Carmella, is she the best? No. Is she trash? Well, you know, let's be nice. Maybe, maybe not. But she's definitely not championship material as of yet. They obviously know this, and instead of correcting the mistake and having her lose her contract to somebody else on the roster where they could actually have it used before WrestleMania, as we have the new Money in the Bank pay-per-view pretty much at our doorsteps as well, and she's still done nothing with it, and now you're having an unnecessary match with Becky Lynch to lose. She gets put in the disarmor, taps out. What good did this do for Carmella? What good did it do for Becky Lynch at the same time? She beat Carmella. Oh, big fucking deal. Absolutely ridiculous. I already talked to you guys about Shinsuke in the back, talking to Rusev. Rusev laying down the challenge. He's all pissed off that Nakamura hurt poor little Aiden English. And Aiden English can't sing the Rusev Day song. And then Nakamura wants to sing Nakamura Day. Did you giggle? Did you laugh? Was it entertaining? Because I really didn't. It pissed me off. I love Nakamura. You know, I got my Nakamura hat I wear from time to time. I'm always wearing his gear as well. I'm a big Nakamura mark. But Rusev Day is something special. Acts like this, gimmicks like this, don't get over on their own by magic. It's because it's something that people want. It's something that should be being featured and highlighted in a positive way, so that you could make the absolute most out of this and get the guy over to the best of your ability. But instead we're having the absolute reverse effect because Vince didn't come up with Rusev Day. So it's not in the plans. We got to put it on the back burner. We'll make the money. Of course we're going to make the money. We're going to sell the merch. But we're not really going to do much. And when we do put him on TV, we're going to make him lose. Rusev Day is going to survive all of this horrible booking. And it is still going to be staring Vince McMahon in the face when all is said and done. And at some point he is going to have no choice but to absolutely do something with it. We cannot let up, and we have to continue to celebrate Rusev Day on a daily basis as much as you possibly can, so that the WWE knows how serious we are and that we want Rusev Day to be a wrestling holiday all year round. The way they use him tonight and what's to come, not the way we want to be going. You want to talk about not where we want to be going? AJ Styles knows where we don't want to be going. AJ Styles, prior to his match with Dolph Ziggler, which was supposed to end the show, but it didn't. While I have that on my mind, before we get further into AJ Styles and what he had to say about what John Cena's comments were last night, let me throw something at you guys, just being real for a minute, right? We started this show, we knew Dolph Ziggler versus AJ Styles was going to be the main event of the evening, which means that it should not have taken place until about the 9:45 hour on the average with a SmackDown Live, right? They usually give about the last 15 minutes to the show. Make sure you get 2 more commercial breaks in there, so you only see about 5 minutes of it at the end anyway, right? So this begs the question to me. What the hell was supposed to really be happening from 9 to main event time? You really expect me to believe that Dolph Ziggler and AJ Styles decided to have the main event at 9 o'clock, and then that main event essentially went the whole rest of the show, and there was nothing else planned to go down? That's what you made it look like. You make it look every single week like the superstars run the show. It doesn't matter that Shane McMahon came out and made that final decision to have a fatal 5-way tonight. I feel like that's all these guys know how to do. It's the first thing they want to do. They want to say for the first time ever, and they want to say fatal 5-way. Because it's the only thing we've been getting all fucking year long, and it's tiring. It's tiring, and no matter how good it was, it's the same thing we are seeing time after time after time. There's only so much you can do in a 5-man match, whether it's an elimination style or one fall to a finish. There is only so much you can do. How many times are we going to see people execute a signature move only to be turning around and get a finishing move nailed on them, and then another guy comes in to his signature move, and you get one move after the other, one high spot after another high spot, near fall after near fall, this guy breaks up the count, this guy breaks up the count, until finally some sort of shenanigans happens at the end, and you end up with a winner. Which is what happened tonight. Which is what's going to happen on Sunday in the 6-Pack Challenge. Which is what's going to happen every time you have a match of this magnitude. A match of this stipulation. All of these multi-man matches, they got to stop. They're as bad as the 6-woman tag team matches, and they just need to go away and get off of these shows. The WWE creative team proved tonight just how lazy they are. They had 2 hours of TV time to fill, and you dedicated almost all of it to building that fatal 5-way in the absolute worst way possible. You gave us the match for free, only days prior to the show. I can't stress that enough. How asinine is that? Honestly, with the way it was going, I was actually enjoying AJ Styles versus Dolph Ziggler. I'll be the first one to admit it. And I would have rather that match go all the way to the end. I was hoping Shane McMahon would come out, say, hey, listen, Sammy and Kevin, I'm sick and tired of your shit. Go to the back. We're going to make this match continue until we have a winner. But instead, he has to not make a tag team match, but make this other match and include Baron Corbin, which nobody wants to see anymore as well. And the whole thing just makes my brain want to explode. There is so much better that could have been done on this night. When my favorite part of the night, you know, last night I told you guys the highlight of the night was Corey Graves and all his Megadeth references, right? Tonight's highlight of the night was when they cut back from commercial and the one idiot is walking in front of the camera and busts his ass. I say they might as well just sign him. Why don't you put him in the match on Sunday? Make it a 7-pack challenge. I don't know what you would call a 7-man match, and hopefully we'd never do that after the Elimination Chamber. Hopefully we never see that shit again. But why not? Right? That seems to be the prerequisite. He bumped way better than Jinder Mahal takes a bump. He felt pretty good. He's got World Championship material written all over him. It's what the WWE does now. Let's just grab people and throw them into the match. It's just as good as what they did with Cena. Why not, man? Go sign that guy. He takes a pretty good fall. It's the only time all night I fucking smiled. And that's when you know you got a problem with your wrestling show. I might as well have been watching America's Funniest Home Videos. I would have had a much better time. And I've probably seen every single freaking one of them. And they're all essentially the same shit too. You're watching some guy get hit in the nuts, or some guy falling off a trampoline, or walking through a fucking window. It's all the same shit. Just like wrestling every single week. It's the same shit. But they're not supposed to give us the same shit. This is supposed to be storytelling. This is supposed to be like The Walking Dead. This is supposed to be compelling television. It's supposed to leave us hanging on the edge of our seats, thirsty for next week. Thirsty for the next rendition of whatever show it is we're watching, because we just can't get enough. But when you give us a show like we got tonight, all we want to do is throw up. I don't want it anymore. I'm full to the rim with all this bullshit on this retarded road to Roman Mania. It's unacceptable. This SmackDown Live was fucking terrible. Terrible. And it makes me angry. And the hammer has to come down. Because that's what we do here. Why else are we here if not to show them the error of their ways and to educate you guys and to make sure that you are not being fooled by the veil of this madness that is the WWE creative team and Road Dogg and whoever else is writing this shit and then wants to go out on Twitter and be like, hey, just enjoy the show and stop being such a critic, pal. Is that how everybody will take their stance? Do you tell a Hollywood movie reviewer to just, hey, shut up and enjoy the movie? You didn't like Star Wars? Too bad. Why didn't you just enjoy it for what it is? That's not what we do here. We're here to criticize. We're here to show you your mistakes. To make sure that the audience is enlightened. And to make sure that they are not fooled by the treacherous ways that have befallen our beloved professional wrestling. WWE is a goddamn nightmare. I hate even using that word because that is my name. And I don't even want anything to do with them outside of what we do here. I don't want any similarities to the WWE. Because if I'm doing what they're doing, then I'm boring you to pieces and I'm not doing my fucking job. And that's not why I'm here. I'm rambling now because they got me all flubbled or forget about it. I don't know what word I was going to say, but that's just proof in the pudding right there. They got me all flustered. That's the word I think I was looking for. Flustered or kerfuffled or some stupid shit like that. Let's put this hammer down right now because he's bringing out the absolute worst of me. We still got to come up with a name for that hammer. I don't know. Sluggo, Sledgo. I will figure it out. Maybe you guys will tweet me something or you hit me up in the comments section below. Thank you guys as always for being a part of this show. If you are a subscriber, I love you with all of my heart and soul. And if you're not a subscriber, I still love you guys anyway, but I would really, really love you more if you would just hit that subscribe button. Come along and join the Sledgehammer Club because I was going to open with this and I absolutely forgot to do so, and shame on me, but I am going to bring this to your attention. And if you are here at this part of the video, consider this your reward. And especially if you become a subscriber and you smash that like button and you share this video with all your friends, the other way you can support this show in a very, very, very special manner is, for the first time ever, available for you, the viewing audience of Sledgehammer TV. Check this shit out. Oh, yeah. We have got some merch now available via teespring.com/sledgehammer-club, or you could just go down to the nice little link I have provided in the description box below to get yours today. If you love this show and you are a member of the Sledgehammer Club family, this is the shirt for you. This is a limited edition. It will only be available until WrestleMania week concludes. That means you have until 10 p.m. the Tuesday after WrestleMania to pick up this shirt before it is gone for good. Get yours today. Make sure you tell everybody you know to get their eyes on this channel, become a subscriber, and pick up this t-shirt in our very special WrestleMania campaign with teespring.com to bring to you the first ever Sledgehammer TV t-shirt in this style of the Bullet Club, paying homage to one of our favorite factions in wrestling right now. Show the world that you too are all in right now, as we're trying to be all in ourselves, as we might find ourselves in Chicago in September if I have my way with things. Show everybody that you are all in with Sledgehammer TV and the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show with this absolutely beautiful Sledgehammer Club tee. Check that website out for more information. Get yours today. And you guys, another very special treat. If you decide to pick up that t-shirt, I want you to put that bad boy on, and I want you to take your favorite pose, your favorite wrestling pose. If you want to mimic your favorite superstar, whatever, just make sure the shirt is clean in view, because I want to see your beautiful faces in my lovely special edition t-shirt. And if you do just that and you get it to me via Instagram, via Facebook, via Twitter, get it to me however you can, you will find that picture and see your wonderful face right here on this channel, as I will do a very special tribute video to each and every one of you that pick up the shirt. You will get a super special shout out and a feature spot in a video right here on Sledgehammer TV. I will feature that picture for the world to see my crew. I want to know what each and every one of you look like. You get to know what I look like. I want to see what you look like, and I want to see you doing it in my finest duds. So pick yours up today. Let me know when you do by showing me how proud you are to champion the cause of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, as we are finally in business and getting shit done. Thank you guys so much, like I said, for being a part. Don't forget to subscribe if you are not subscribed already by this point. Like this video, share it with all your friends, follow us on Twitter, check us out on Facebook, all that other stuff. Buy the shirt! Buy the shirt! That's what we need to do. That's my best NWO impression for all you old school heads. You'll know what I was doing there. I'm not just pestering you to buy the shirt. That was my Kevin Nash impression. Buy the shirt! NWO, baby. Let's do it. Thank you guys so much. My name is Nick Nightmare. This is my little buddy, my bestest friend, the World Heavyweight Champion of Microphones, Blue the Snowball. That is going to do it, and we are out of here, and we will see you next time right here on the newest, fastest rising podcast in all of YouTube, baby, the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Have a good night, you guys, and keep your eyes peeled to this channel for all news, rumors, and highlights on this very lackluster and lazy-ass road to WrestleMania 34. Have a good night. See you on the flip side. Get the shirt!